Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Thursday. It's October 2nd, 2025. Thanks for being here. Red Mic Messages are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: perfect isn't always enough. Frankly, sometimes really good isn't always enough. Sometimes you can do everything right and still walk away empty-handed. In sports, particularly, there's moments when things look perfect on paper, but you still walk away with heartbreak. Or in the case of the Dallas Cowboys, yes, I'm wearing my personalized cowboy jersey today. In the case of the Dallas Cowboys, they just joined that club. They basically kissed their sister. Jerry Jones even made a joke about it. Teams with 40 points at home and no turnovers were 300 and 0. In other words, 300 times a team scored 40 points or more at home with no turnovers. I mean, that's getting pretty deep into the stats, right? And they were 300 and 0. Now, if you're a sports fan, you watch the Cowboys play the Green Bay Packers the other night, you know now that record is 300 0 and 1. They tied. They kissed their sister, basically. Again, do you think maybe having Micah on the team might have helped in that game? He put a little pressure. In fact, Dak would have scored, but who tackled him? Micah. Yeah. Just saying, Jerry, come on. There are no more breakthrough trades like you did with Minnesota way back in the day. Anyway, so it's a dubious record. It's mediocrity hidden in a chocolate bar. I mean, it's like you got one of those candies. You bite in and you're expecting to find caramel or, something really nice, and you bit in and you found a piece of sushi covered in chocolate. History in sports is littered with these kind of paradoxes where greatness looked fantastic, but the scoreboard didn't matter. The Patriots threw for 505 yards in the Super Bowl and they still lost. Guy named Harvey Haddix threw 12 perfect innings, the longest in baseball history, 12 perfect innings, and lost. The Vikings went 15 and 1, had the most prolific offense in football, but they missed the Super Bowl because they missed a field goal. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points a game and 25 rebounds a game for an entire season. Didn't win the championship. Golden State Warriors won 73 regular season games, the best record in NBA history, but the Cavs won the title. Serena Williams hit 23 aces in one match at Wimbledon and lost. And no, it's not because she thought the ball had cotton on the outside of it. She just didn't win the match. And then last but not least, Michigan's Fab Five reached back-to-back NCAA finals, but they never got to cut down those nets. So you can have great things happen and still lose. Sports are full of reminders that stats and perfection don't always get the job done. You don't get to cash that check every time. History records the dominance, but it also, in bigger fonts, it also records the miss. So here's the takeaway. Leadership matters, execution matters, but the outcome isn't always in your control. I've said that before. You can prepare, you can call the right plays, you can manage your risk and still lose. Sometimes a bad bounce, a missed call, or just plain fate rewrites the script. What separates good leaders from great leaders and good employees from great employees is how they respond. Do you fall apart? Do you collapse? Do you come back just as hard next time and come out with the W? Those are the decisions. Those are the middle of the night, sitting up in the middle of your bed, just you can't sleep because it's just pounding in your skull. What else could I have done? And I used to do that when I was a football coach. We would win and I'd feel great. And then we would lose and I would agonize for several days. What if we had done this? What if we had done that? What did I do wrong? How could I have done better? And more often than not, that's just the way the ball bounces. So you don't control the scoreboard. You control the standard. You control the way you attack. If you hold that standard long enough, eventually the breaks will go your way and you will end up with that W. You will win the game. That's today's Red Mike message. Hope you found it interesting. I hope you find it helpful. Put it in place in your own life. That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to pass on some of this stuff. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Please give me a like, a follow, and a share, regardless of where you're listening. I'd appreciate it a whole lot. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow, Fun Friday. You know, I talk about Justin Meacham and his life and leadership, his different infographics and things that he does on LinkedIn a lot. And I like the guy. He has a lot of good content. I was reading one of his things just the other day, and all of a sudden an 80s pop song started playing in my head. ADOS, attention deficit, ooh shiny. That's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. What 80s pop song might be hidden in one of Justin Meacham's pyramids? Hopefully you'll find it as interesting as I did, or if nothing else, maybe it'll make you smile. That's what Fun Friday is all about, after all, right? I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Go out there, knock the cover off the ball. Until next time, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon. See ya.